Welcome to match 9 of the British Isles Trophy, which is basically the mixed campers. There's 10 teams playing. Ireland have 3 teams between the north and the south. Some teams are mixed in countries, that is. And England and Nettleton is leading, who are just about to play Ireland, PG O'Brien. So if I share the screen, it's all played on Wheelbridge. I don't think it'll continue on Wheelbridge. I think there is a lot of work to do this to decide if they're going to continue and how it's going to continue. Currently it's 10 teams and 14 board matches played in 2 halves, and it's all played online. There is a lot wrong with that. And the other issue is also the calendar is so full this time of year. The scheduling probably needs to change. And it's possible this event could be played in parallel with, the Lady Milne or the Taoiseach. That seems to be an appropriate way of considering doing it, but then finding a venue that's big enough to handle 12 teams, which would have them. So they've just got to do something to stop the calendar being too full. And it doesn't affect the English team so much because there is so many players in England, but the Welsh, Scottish and Irish teams, it's a big ask for them to field yet another international team. So quite beside, let's move on to the final match of the tournament, which will be Ireland playing England. And if I can give you the English team, it's the English Nettleton team, which is Diane Nettleton, a multiple Lady Milne winner, playing with David Gold, who surely must be one of the top 3 players in England, one of the top players in the world, playing with Abby Smith, it's good to see her back playing, and Tom Pask. Now these people don't normally play together, so the systems will probably be 2-1. And the Irish team that contains PG O'Brien and Siobhan Part, who I think are sitting out this set, and Dolores Gilliard and Peter Stewart, who are back in for this set, and Derek O'Gorman for McHale, who qualified from the IBU mixed trials only 2 weeks ago. And so they played quite a bit together. Obviously would normally be playing with myself, but so I didn't play in the IBU mixed trials, so we didn't qualify, and I'm pleased to see them all playing. So we are 30 minutes behind the live bridge. It starts in 1 minute, so they will finish before we do. So Aoife will probably join me for the last 3 boards of each stanza with some tips about anything that went on in the other room. Normally she would assist me in these Wheelbridge YouTube broadcasts. Wheelbridge is a good platform. It needs a bit of work done on its presentation for these type of matches. BBO is probably a cleaner interface. Just a preamble while we're getting started. And if I look at the leaderboard again, just to see where we stand, virtually the Nettleton team has won the event. They are 19 points clear of the Scottish team that came through to 4th last year. That's Liz McGowan, Sam Punch, Peter Kin, Fiona McQuaker, and Ian Simon, Kids Freemanis. So they are quite a way clear of England Moran team. And then fourth place is the England Sushi Belt team. So nearest, the next team would be Wales, which are quite a way back from the others. And that's the Welsh team, Tim Rees and Paul Denning and Adrian Thomas, Mika de Schapper, Denning, Kerry Pearce and Julie Clench. Harold Curran's team is sixth. The Scottish Piper team is seventh. The BJ Brown team that were lying fifth not so long ago and now dropped to eighth place, having a very tough day today. And they're ahead of Ian Hamilton's team from combination North and South players. And the bottom last place is the Paddy Murphy team from Wales. I think we're ready to kick off. Okay, so we've been watching BJ Brown play for most of the day. So we'll go back to watching Aoife McHale play. Although it would be nice to watch David Gold play. So I think we're going to Aoife McHale play. But anyone watching on Rewbridge, I suggest you go watch the David Gold match as well. So I'm just going to put the link up. Work to do on the presentation here because it would be nice if I was able to have two commentators for the YouTube. I'm working on the solution for that. Okay, anyone that's just joined us from England or joining us from England, you're more than welcome. And on the first board, Derek opened 2-no trump and Aoife a bit of quantitative 4-no trumps. And Derek is not backward or kind of forward, so a bit 6-no trumps. Let's see, there's 4 spades, 2 hearts is 6, and 4 clubs is 10, and 1 diamond is 11. So it's not looking too promising. 6 clubs, it was a better contract, but who gets to 6 or wider these days? Maybe if you'd opened a club, might have. But he does have a 22 count, stiff ace, so can't really fault that. Over 4-no trump, he might have tried 5-no trump partner is an alternative spot. It would be a very good bid if that's what it means. So what's his hopes? His hopes seem to be fall down to King X of diamonds, in my view. Here. And it's not going to happen. And no pressure can be put on anyone in the heart suit, but he will catch a lot of winners and hope for some friendly discards. So a bit of an ominous start, especially if they get to 6 clubs in the other room. And I'll be occasionally flicking into the other room. Problem with flicking into the other room is I tend to make the screen you're watching a bit smaller. In the other room, they did open the club, and a bit of diamond, and they repeat 2 spades game forcing, 3 clubs, 3 no trumps, 4 clubs, cubid, blackwood, a bit blackwood, and they showed 1 ace with the south hand. North asked for the queen of clubs and is now looking to bid 7 clubs in the other room, which is quite interesting because it may make 7 clubs and easier to make 6 club tricks from ace king jack X opposite queen 10 to 4. And entries are okay. So they are on their way to probably 7 clubs. So if looking out the other room to watch the bidding at some stage, I would suggest you find it very instructive. Now, it was safer for North to open a club in the other room because they tend to bid over the short club. There's no commentary on the real bridge this weekend, hence I'm doing the YouTube. But as a few people have said, Wrong Slam 6 clubs makes, but 7 clubs makes, or can make. The other table, 6 no trump made, or Mr. Board. Assumed board 1 was going 1 off. Okay. Okay, well, East must have thrown a heart at some. Yes, he threw a heart. Or he might have thrown a diamond. Okay, 6 no trump was a lucky make. And in the other room, we don't know if they're in 6 or 7 clubs yet. No, they stopped in 6 clubs, so it's a small, amazingly a small game for Ireland. And this board, 1 diamond opener, so they don't open a short club with these hands. Heart by west, spade by north. And 1 no trump was just shown a weak no trump. 2 spades seems normal by south. West, 6 3 3 1 decides with 3 hearts. And these will have to decide whether to bid 4 or not. How does 4 hearts play? Hopefully this is right. Club ace is right. The diamonds, ace is wrong. So, but on the face of it, you've got 2 diamonds and club to use it if you take the spade from this. Okay, so they bid the 4 hearts. Pretty impressive, and West is playing it on the jack of spades. The spades lead. He'll think for a while, but I expect he will put the queen in. Which is club loser. Okay. And the ace of diamonds is right. He can afford the heart being wrong. Heart is right. The ace of diamonds is wrong. So he wasn't convinced of something that king to 3 hearts, so he's played a diamond. And now they could switch to a club, but I don't think it's going to necessarily help. So what would have happened if the diamond would be dealt? They would have repeated the hard finesse. And then taken another diamond finesse. Would have still made. Would have played another diamond to the king. Still would have made. So four hearts always makes. They did ever so well to bid it. I would expect this to be a gain, non-vulnerable, small gain to England. So they did make 7 clubs in the other room on board 1, but they were only in 6. We need to try for 7. So on board 2 there, they're bidding it now. So there's not much more in the play, so you could fast forward on this one if you're watching on playback. See, he sort of knows the ace of clubs is right once the ace of diamonds been wrong. Not necessarily. North could have overcalled and a bit less, but unlikely. So well bid. That's okay. Well, in the other room, he's best have been sort of pushed into 4 hearts rather than bidded of their own choice, and they could well be doubled in this contract. Nope, they're not. So it's 4 hearts on the same lead on board 2. So it'll all come down to what he does at trip 1. And with North bidding so much, he probably should finesse the spade and the hand that plays itself. Commentator's curse. So it's looking like 4 hearts has got 1 off in the other room. So remember, BJ O'Brien isn't playing this set. BJ and his partner Siobhan is sat out, and it's Peter Stewart is in with Dolores Gilead. So we're seeing 2-0 to Ireland at the moment, but we don't have board 2 scores in the other room yet. We think it's got 1 off. The rose of the ace of spades at trip 1. Yeah, heart spade, normal these days. Difficult. Well, not too difficult to reap of herself, just wasted 2 spades. It's not really going to be bidding 2 in a trump. Well, he is bidding 2 in a trump. Competitive bidding has gone up a notch in the last 15 years. There's a lot more bidding on shape and earth vulnerability, particularly people are bidding more. Occasionally you'll see 500 and 800s, but quite often it makes life very difficult for the open side to compete. Any chat someone wants to put in the chat, you're more than welcome. This is certainly a good match to watch to improve your bridge, because it's two very, very experienced English players playing. So 2-note trump has made life a bit difficult for North, had to pass. East has been caught with a good hand. Now, she knows a partner is a passed hand, so 2-note trump isn't that bad by a passed hand. So I think she might just bid 3 clubs, because the ace queen of hearts is sitting in the wrong place for South Open to heart. Might think she's going to take a pot at 3-note trumps because of the vulnerability. Remember, people non-vulnerable bid on such tram tickets these days. So, what are we saying? 3-note trump or 3 clubs? Or even 4 clubs. 4 clubs just doesn't feel right with only 3 of them. I'm not surprised she's tried 3M. She's giving it a Pask. I think they call him Mini Pask in England, because the 2 Pask brothers play, and he's the younger. I think that's the reason. He normally plays with Andrew McIntosh, who's playing in one of the other English teams. So it looks like it's going to be the 10 of spades lead by Derek, if it's passed, of course. And can you see the fortunate lie of the club cards? It means that 3N has got 5 club tricks in the bag. It's got 3 aces in the bag, is 8. And there's a very good chance that South is going to find herself end played at some stage to lead a heart. It's going to be a lot tougher defence than you would think, and if they make it, it's going to be a huge board for England. So I would be amazed if the Irish pair are anywhere near 300. They are in 300. David Gold has led a heart into the room rather than a spade, which is possibly worked out a much better lead. Why should you lead a heart on the spade? Well, you know that you've only got a 4-4 spade fit. You're virtually certain East has got 4 spades. Your partner's shown hearts, and you hate your club holding, so you need to get going to get your heart trick in. So a hard lead may beat it, but it may not. So a spade lead is quite interesting. Well, not interesting, that's quite reasonable spade lead. Now he cashes the ace of clubs. He knows there's only hope. So that's some slight hopes of someone like King X of clubs, and spades were blocked. So that was a big bonus for him. And you might have also played for North to have King X of clubs and played a diamond to the ace, but that only gives you 8 tricks. So now we can overtake these clubs here. And I feel that if in South is already feeling the pressure, or will be feeling the pressure on this, but so what to discard. Wants to keep a diamond length because it's likely West has ace king of diamonds, but in reality that doesn't give North a 1 spade bid. So she's thrown a spade, which is making it difficult for North to play another spade. And West has no problems discarding some cards from dummy. So he's probably grilling South about their discards. Discards should mean nothing here because you're just throwing away suit you want partner to hold. I think she's going to be in problems in this next club. Yep, got the club becoming. North will probably throw a diamond. Heart is safe from dummy. And now what does Aoife throw? She can afford a heart, but she doesn't know it. And maybe she can't because they can just concede a heart. So she's had to come down to a single to king of spades. And now you can see this end play is tightening up. West will not be taking any heart finesse. If he plays ace another diamond, then we're getting in dangerous territory. But I think that South can win the diamond, cash the spade, and exit with a diamond. So that's going to be 2 diamonds, 2 spades, and then eventually heart. Well, this is the 8th match that Derek and Aoife played, so they're probably getting a bit tired at this stage. So I'm not going to flick to the room because this is quite an important stage of this match. What happens on ace? Well, can he just take the heart finesse here? Not to the 10. North has to get in to put a heart through, and he can't afford to cash his queen of spades. But West will have a problem. That's what he's thinking about, what to discard on that second diamond, because I think he's going to place another diamond. And he's going to have to throw a heart on that, which makes it fairly easy for North to do the right stuff. South has to be awake to win the second diamond, cash a spade, and then exit with the diamond. And work out the partner's got the king of diamonds. Otherwise, he didn't have a one spade response to the heart opener. I'm sure we'd all get this right in the Regent or the bank. It's a very tough defence to fight. Unfortunately, West knows that he's got problems himself on what to throw on these diamonds. And it's going to make it quite easy for North-South, as long as North doesn't win the second diamond. To put a heart through. If North hops up the king of diamonds, put a heart through, then I think could be curtains. Because South will be thrown in with the king of spades. So ace another diamond and North wins with the king, thinking he's doing the right thing and plays a heart. He's going with the ace of hearts. And exit with a spade. South got a diamond winner and then his end play. Easy for me because I can see awful hands, and it always looked as if there was potential in end play. Well, it shouldn't be working in this hand, but the defense is going to be tough. Okay, I wouldn't be fast forwarding over this hand if you're watching on playback. In the other room, it's no surprise to me the 3 in a trump went 1 off. It's just the 4 hearts 1 off was the disappointing one. Needed the spade finesse. Taking a trick 1. So we have 11 kibitzers On Real Bridge, there's no Real Bridge commentary. That's why we've got the YouTube one. Well, it could have been a Real Bridge commentary, but it's not. A few Irish, a few English people, that's good. I suspect they're all watching the other room. So he's found a small diamond rather than the ace of another. That's interesting. Okay, she's unblocking the spade, which is good. I have no choice but to play a diamond. And North has to overtake that. Okay. Doesn't block the king. Okay, he's gonna have to play a diamond now. And North will have to exit with a heart, which can be tapped. Well, this is very good. So that's the problem. His discard was always the problem on this diamond. He would have loved to be able to keep that heart so he could play another diamond, and North would have to concede the trick. But now he's thrown a heart, then North can quite easily exit with a heart. So he tried his very best to find a line to make, but he sort of needed South to have the king of diamonds rather than North. Could have been the case. So well kept awake North-South, and a good try by East-West. So in the other room, 4 hearts went to 3 off. Must have been a save against something, but East-West don't seem to have anything on. So let's see how we'll have a look how they got there in a minute. So club was opened, passed by South. And we'll find out if this pair transfers or not by seeing if they get 1 diamond or 1 heart. And transfers a bit of heart. I don't think they do. Okay, so it's a spade. Okay, that's probably right, yeah. 4 spades and variety of hands. North had decided it wasn't worth a 2 heart open because of the 5 card spade suit. We were worried if he had 4. He's now willing to bid. And it feels as if that's going to be 6 hearts and 4 spades, or he would have opened a week 2. Kind of a 5 card heart suit, I suppose. So East has doubled, which says he's got 3 spades. She's got 3 spades. And those of you that play support doubles, it should be 3 spades and a suitable hand if you minimum. And with all those vows and hearts, you could argue it isn't suitable, but it is top end of week, no trouble. Okay, you can't blame South for going 1 more. West doubles, which is just showing extra values. It's a bit thin. And East doesn't know what to do. You can't. Now, the question is, does the double imply 5 spades? Surely he would have could have bid 3 spades with 5, knowing you've got 3. So you might well pass this. Probably should be passing it, but I don't know if it's going to go so many off. 2 hearts, a spade, and a club loser, but you've got to do a lot with those spades. And a heart lead. So might well have. What about 4 spade losers, will you? So 4 hearts, 3 off. Looks like he was trying for miracles to make it. Okay, so he will be surprised if he potentially gains on this, but they're only in 3 hearts, remember. So Derek O'Gorman's got to try and manufacture just 1 off to gain a bit on it. West were a bit anxious on that pass. So sorry if I am responding to my live chats, but it's quite difficult when I'm trying to watch this full screen. Spade lead to the ace, and imagine you're playing this yourself in hearts from the north hand. You want to ruff a spade, but they're likely to put a heart through. Heart, heart, heart. Yep. And now is whether you can set your long spade up in time. But you know the spades are 4-3 because of the support double. I think it's only going to go one. Looks to me as if he's just going to do his two spade tricks now. Which is a bit unlucky the way the cards line. He would not be expected to gain 3s. Well, assuming he plays a spade, of course. Remember, the bidding says that the spades are 4-3. Not quite certain how to play 9-8-7-4. Remember, West could have a jack 5-3-2. Okay. Doesn't make any difference, does it? However he plays them, as long as he plays a top spade. So 3M's back, clawing the way back. And they've probably just finished in the live bridge. So it will be out in a minute. So seem to have lost a club as well somewhere. Okay, well this is actually going 2 off, so he's not going to be gaining at all. We're going for 500, which is a 5-imp in the outcome. So I can see why 4 hearts always went 3 up. 2 hearts a club, 3 spades. Possible 4 hearts might have been doubled in the other room. What you're going to find with the English teams playing, particularly teams playing this event, is they're sharp with their doubles. So if this has gone 2 off, which it looks like it is now, then that's going to be 500 minus together with the 300 plus, which is 5 imps away. What about the club loser? Surprised that 11. That's 3. Quite certain that was the right score that went in to Woodbridge. There'll be a correction coming there. Yes, there's a correction coming, so it was only 2 off. Okay, so 5 more imps to England. They did enter this event probably as the favourites, so it's not a huge surprise they're leading. Pass of hearts, natural. And won the trump. So some people playing 2 over 1, that doesn't deny 4 spades. French would guarantee it denies 4 spades, and some of the Americans. So 2 diamond is artificial game forcing, partner. Describe what you've got, but I've got a game force. When you first priority show 3-card heart support. Partner had 4-4 in the majors, you'd be 2 spades forcing over that. I think she's just thinking whether she should be bidding 2 hearts or 2 spades, I suspect. So there is a pause. Just going to go see anything going on in the chat. So 2 hearts was bid, and West just bid 4 hearts. And it looks as if there's a spade, a diamond, loser, and potentially another diamond. But being as North can't get in time, you won't get that second diamond coming through, and it's probably going to go away on the spade. And you can't stop it. So there's 3 diamonds the West hand, so only 1 diamond goes away. So eventually you'll lose 2 diamonds. The spade. And the South keeps an exit card. Also shown counting spades. You would be tempted to duck it. There's no point. Quite know his plus white must have panicked and cashed the ace of diamonds. So one more imp to England, 7 boards, remember, and then we have a break, and then I'm going to put the link up for set 2 shortly. We're a half-hour delayed, so set 2 would normally, second half of this match would normally be 4:30, but we'll be reconvening at 5. I think that's right, so. Okay. One spade, won the trump overcall was natural. Double was, these days is 10 plus, used to be 9 plus. And that's because people don't pronounce such rubbish. Redouble is something called the Joe McHale defense when the trump is double. And I believe the redouble says that he's got the minors or diamonds. 2 diamonds would have been the majors. 2 clubs is natural. So he's either got both minors or diamonds. So if it doesn't want anything to do with it, let's say if we move to 2 spades, 2 spades showed a weak hand. West just plays 4 hearts now. The other room they were in 4 hearts as well, but went 1 off. You can see that the heart suit is friendly. Diamond suit's not friendly, so if you try to ruff a diamond, you could be in trouble. And you do have 2 clubs and a hard loser, so it's not looking too promising unless you can ruff the diamond. And the south is open. The overcall won the trump, so you know all the points are with the south. So I think he's going to play south to have long diamonds and the king of spades. And if that was the case, potentially he's going to be squeezed. But he might have problems with his club suit. He might be able to set up a situation where the south is squeezed in spades and diamonds. It's a little bit scary, but I think that's okay. So the south might have been potentially squeezed in some ways in clubs and spades. Just be a little bit careful with the discard in our chest, okay? Win this with the king of diamonds. Play a heart. And the queen, okay? Deliberately blocking the diamond suit. It's not clear if he can work out that North has got 3 clubs, in which case you then know that North has 5 diamonds. Remember the method to redouble the 5 diamonds or 4 form. He's trying to set up that club winner. I think he can probably do it, but he has to play a club immediately now. And avoid any trump motion. Yeah. South could have covered that with the best. Nice, diamond loose is gone. Heart's going to come. And it just looks like another well-played hand, but if he covered, he would have roughed it. And when he then plays the king of hearts, Eva could have won with the ace and played her little club, which she would have had left. So what would have been a trump promotion? But the trump promotion might still happen. Well, no, it's just very small here. So if you can imagine what's happening here, West is going through the process I'm going through, but whereas I'm doing it looking at 4 hands, he's doing it looking at 2 hands, with just the benefit of the bidding to assist him. So I did say they were my view, the favourites to win the event. And it's just noticeable that West has had all the decisions in this match, which is not good news for Derek and Aoife. It's not to belittle Abby Smith, who's a very good player. It was well played. Defence was tough, and it might not even have worked if she covered the club, but I think it just about does. So many of these hands were about to trump promotion in this event. So, okay, hand 7. And I'll try and get the link for the next set. I don't have the link at the moment. I'll paste it up as soon as I stop the presentation. I'll paste it up in this room. If anyone wants a link, you can always go on to my YouTube channel and it'll be there. Upcoming presentation. The diamond pass a heart has trump, seems fine to me, and West isn't really worth making a try with. Okay, it's a couple of 10s there, but it's pretty good enough. So they've stopped in 1 the trump in the other room. Somehow they got to 4 hearts. I'm not quite certain. I will look at that later, but for now, 1 the trump played by East. Both eyes lead seems normal, but it may not work here. They always had 5 diamonds. Heart is 6. Spade 7. Club is 8. And on this lead, there's 9 tricks. No trumps. And some people might well have upgraded East hand. I know it's only 14, but remember, any hand with unsupported queens and jacks is poor. But this one doesn't have any jacks. It's got a supported queen. So that would be, despite the lack of intermediate values, it would be a good 14 that could be upgraded to 1 the trump, and West would have been via Stamen would have been 3 no trump. So 3 no trump is a likely make. And Pascal think when he sees Abby Smith's hand that they've missed game. But it's going to be relentless imps for the English team, and 4 hearts going 2 off, vulnerable. 150 in this room, that's going to be 8 more imps to England. Big lead, just small, as I said in rugby parlance, small margins cost the Irish quite a lot. But the English team have played incredibly well on the card their hands. Remember, we are half hour behind the live bridge, so although the live bridge started at 16:30, we won't be displaying it till just after 5 o'clock. So a lot of tricks have come in for the usual score of +4 and 9 imps. You're allowed to swap pairs at half time, but I think you have to announce that at the beginning of the set. So I'm facing it's the same 2 pairs. I'm going in for the Irish, and England have only got 2 pairs, so they're obviously playing. My view, it should be compulsory switching rooms if you've got 7-point sets, but there hasn't been throughout this event. So well played to the English. And they are now comfortably winning the event, which they probably would already come to winning. Match clear of Scotland, or half a match clear of the other English team. The Islanders slipped below the second Scottish team, and the 2 Irish teams. They will be disappointed with that, but today was always a very, very hard day for them, having 2 good English teams to play and the Welsh team that will be doing pretty well. Feeling about mixed pairs is it's very much up and coming in European bridge, and it's noticeable in Europe that the top ladies prefer to play in mixed teams than they do in the ladies' teams. Whether that's true of the seniors and whether some of the seniors prefer to play in the mixed from the seniors, I'm not so sure. But that's a debate that's above my pay grade. The compromise is surely to have the lady mill and the mixed cameras at the same venue on the same weekend, and then make a decision in 3 or 4 years' time. We'll see if that's what the powers that be decide to do. Okay, thanks for listening, everyone. Link will be going up soon for the next set.